Hi, I'm Conrad from Conrad P Woodturning. So today I'm just going to be doing a very quick project. I'm going to be turning a crochet hook out of this piece of Jarrah. It's actually just a pen and blank, but I'm going to have a go turning a crochet hook out of it. So I'm going to be making this as a gift. I've never turned a crochet hook before, so it's a bit of an experiment, but yeah, it should be good. So without further ado, let's get on the lathe. Alright, so what I've done is I've just found the center of each of the ends here, and I've mounted it between centers. For roughing this out and for shaping the whole entire crochet hook, I am going to be using the skew chisel. Small projects like this are a good opportunity to work on your skew chisel skills, so I'm going to be doing that. And I'm basically going to have a wider handle here and a thinner end. I'm going to be turning at around 1200 revs. So I'll just get started with that now. So as you can see, I've roughed it out, and you can actually see it is quite polished. Just with a sharp tool you can get quite a good sheen on the timber. So now I'm just going to go ahead shaping the end here where the hook is going to be, and then I'll make the handle part in this portion of the timber. I'll just go ahead with that now. So I'm quite happy with the overall shape so far. I just think I'm going to reduce the diameter of this handle section a little bit. I just think it's a little bit too large. And there is actually a flat spot either side, very small, so I sort of have to reduce in diameter anyway, but I'm quite happy with it. I will reduce the end here. I'm just trying to get a very nice smooth taper. Then after that I'll get the ends very small. I'll make the little hook section in the tip of the crochet hook. And then I'll move on to sanding and applying a finish. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the notch of the crochet hook just using a knife. So the end of the little notch, I think, should go about here. So I'll just make a little incision there. And now very carefully I'm just going to do some push cuts to that line, being careful not to go past.
Now since this is Jarrah, it should be still quite strong, the little tip, even though it's got a notch in it. And I'm just got to be very careful to not take off this whole surface here. I'll actually even lock the spindle. There we go. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm just going to get some sandpaper and clean that up a little bit because there's just some little bits of timber, little fibers sticking out there. So I'll just get some 80 grit sandpaper and just clean that up. Okay, so I've just got my 80 grit sandpaper here. Just going to clean that up. Alright, so that's looking good. Now I'll just move up through the grits and make it nice and smooth. Just going up through the grits. This is 120 grit. And 180 grit. Right, so now I'm just going to move on to sanding. Because the finish is actually already pretty good on here, just from the skew chisel, I'm going to start at 400 grit, and then I'm going to move up to 800 grit, and then 1200. Unfortunately, I don't have any more sandpaper grits in between those, so this is just going to have to do. But yeah, I'll just go ahead with that now. Alright, just before I apply the finish, I'm just going to remove some of this dust here that's still on the crochet hook. And this is something I like to do before I apply a finish to anything. Just get a piece of paper towel like so. And see there how there's dust? You just want to rub it until you put a fresh piece of paper towel there and nothing comes off. And then you know that all the dust is out and you can apply the finish properly. So now I'm just going to apply a finish. I'm going to be applying a paste wax. This is the wax I like to use, Cabinet Maker's Wax Clear. The brand is Gillies Waxes and Polishes. I think this one tends to be pretty good compared to some of the other waxes that I've used in the past. So just get a bit on the paper towel. And you want to turn the lathe on. And you just want to rub it in, get it everywhere. And you want the wax to actually melt and rub in to the timber, and you can see how it brings out the colour that way. So once I've got all the wax, I'll get a fresh part of the paper towel and just hold it there. You want it to get warm so you can rub it in. And it's just as simple as that. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, that looks really nice. Now I just need to clean up that little hook part there. Just using my thumb and it's wrapped around that bit of towel. And there, I think that looks really nice. The wax really brings out the colour in that Jarrah. Makes it look really nice. I've just got a bit of wax there. Just need to rub that in. Alright, that looks good to me. Alright, so what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to part off, then I'll sand both the ends if they need it, and then I'll just put a finish on the end, and then it's complete. Okay, there we go. The end pops right off, and then with that little nub there. I'm just going to use the skew chisel to remove that, and then that leaves a very good finish, like so. And then I'll just give that a sand, apply finish, and then it's complete.
Alright, so here's the end product. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Yeah, the Jarrah turned out really nice, and I'm quite happy with how I shaped the handle to have the cove here transitioning into the taper and to have the 2 beads here. Cutting out the notch wasn't too hard. It just took a bit of sandpaper to clean it up because there were some fibres sticking out there. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it overall turned out. And turning it with the skew chisel wasn't too hard. It's a good opportunity to practice my skew chisel skills. If you did like this video, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and leaving a comment. And if you want to keep posted with my future videos, please subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you next time. Take care.